Hello, hello! My name is Tove. Welcome to my knitting channel, ToveLoveKnits, and podcast number 5. Last episode I went through all my finished objects in April and half May. So today we will only talk about the whips. I feel like I've been having quite long podcasts so far. Please let me know what you think about that. And they're long because I go through everything that has happened for the last 2 weeks. I will try to post more often from now on and maybe shorter podcasts. Also, please let me know what you think about that. And for now, let's get on with the whips so we can talk about all the things I've been touching in May. So we can actually talk about it and it's not gonna go too long. All right, I will go through them from the oldest whips to the newest whips. Today I'm wearing, so last episode was my green era. Now I'm going hopefully into my pink era. This is a t-shirt that I knit last year. It's called the Faded Lines shirt by Stephanie, and I'm so sorry, Amalswinta. It's made from Drops Bell in this lovely old pink color, and I really loved it. It was fun to knit, a good pattern. Actually, I'm thinking making it again because it's a very pleasant pattern. And because of these purl rows every so row count, or every so and so row, it becomes quite potato chippy. So you have something to do every so often. So that's nice. All right, let's get on with the whips. My oldest whip, and I'm always gonna start with this whip. But I actually worked on it. So my goal for this oldest whip, which is the Battenberg Blanket by Sandra Paul, is to finish it in 2025. And to do that, I really need to do 1 row per week, and it's like 30 weeks left. I don't know if I'm gonna have 30 rows left, but I'm gonna, go until I have finished all my squares. But since the last time I spoke about it, I think I've done like 4 or 5 rows. It's growing for sure, and it's becoming quite heavy. But I enjoy it. I'm trying to keep up the work for it a little every day. And it's sort of, I'm halfway through for sure, so it's getting quite exciting and I want to finish it. So keep me accountable for it. I really need to finish it. Yeah, but that's fun. Battenberg Blanket by Sandra Paul. It's my only crochet whip right now. I did a crochet bag the other week. And maybe that's why I don't crochet so much, because I have this. Who knows? But it's growing and it's still really, really beautiful. So I'm happy about that. Good. My second longest whip, let me see when I started it. Have I written it down when I started this whip? No, but it must have been, well, in the fall last year. Is the Cardi Cocoon by Ann Betzel. This whip is my Everest. It's a very long and big oversized cardigan, and I knew that going into this project. But of course, when you cast on, it's very fun and it's small, so it goes fast. And then it's sort of, you join under the arms and then it says knit for 80 centimeters. And you go, oh, okay. And you knit and you knit and you knit and you knit. But I also have knitted. So I am quite far. Look at that, it's progress. Woohoo! You see it? It's getting quite long. This is the halfway point. So from the neck down to when the rib will start, it's 80 centimeters. So this is 40, this is 50. And yesterday I went into the 60 mark. So I only have 20 centimeters left, guys. Wow. 10 centimeters is 7 repeats of a honeycomb. So 1 honeycomb is a repeat for me. So 7 honeycombs is 10 centimeters. So I have 14 honeycombs left. I'm trying to do, so 7 is a perfect way to do 1 week. So I'm trying to do one repeat every day, or at least 10 centimeter per week. So that has really kept me going with this. Another thing that kept me going is that for my birthday, I received from my husband, totally his idea. It was very good to follow direction. My first set of Chigo needles. I will make a video, I think, later on when I've tried them for a longer time. Yeah, a review video. But I changed the needles out on this project because the honeycomb stitch is just a cable repeat, and the old needles I used it annoyed me so much that I didn't want to work on the pattern or like the project. So I changed them out to one of the Chigo needles, and it's such a big difference. It's from night and day, and it's so much more enjoyable now. I think that's also why I've gotten so many rows into this project now, and I'm now seeing the end of the tunnel, so to say. So my plan is to finish the body part within May, then doing the rib, and then we'll see. The sleeves are sort of like, it could be a wet vest if you wanted them, but I'm not gonna use this during the summer, I think, so I will make sleeves as well. And I think that's gonna be easier because it's in the round. The reason why I don't like to do cardigans is that you have to purl every other row. I don't do that on this project. I use mirror knitting. I think I talked about it in the beginning of like the first episodes of my podcast that I do purl on this project. I did that then. Definitely since the new Chigo needles, and since quite a while, I'm mirror knitting. I'm planning to make a tutorial about mirror knitting because really it's so much more enjoyable to mirror knit than to purl, and a lot faster. And for me, it's also about tension. My tension and the look of the fabric I make when I purl and knit is a lot messier than when I knit and mirror knit. So with the sleeves then, however, it's of course just knitting, and then a cable row, a knit, cable row. So that'll be faster. Of course, everything with sleeves is faster. I'm not one of those that has problems with sleeve, and I'm not getting stuck on sleeve island, actually, quite the opposite. I tend to do the sleeves quite fast in a project because I enjoy them. And then also it feels like accomplishment. In this project I didn't, because they're done, and I didn't know what actually I would do with it. But I have decided to make the sleeves. I'm still enjoying the color. It's really fun and really nice. It's gonna be lovely for the fall. This really nice purple color. And the fuzziness, I was a little bit scared of the fuzziness to begin with. Drops mohair is not the softest mohair. Actually, so far I think Anel mohair is the softest I've tried. I've not tried knitting for olive mohair yet, and I hear that it's a really soft one. The drops mohair is not the softest. I was a little bit afraid of it, and that's why I don't use mohair so much. It's quite fluffy, but for this type of cardigan, which is like bulky and big and oversized anyway, I think it's gonna be good. I think it's gonna be nice. So I'm very happy about that. I won't show it, well, maybe I will show it. I will show it next time, I think, when the body is done and I go over to the rib. I think that's fun to see that stage. That's my second longest whip. All the yarns coming forward. Okay, then I think you've seen the jigsaw blanket for a lot, but the fun thing about this one is, of course, that every time I add a new block, it changes. I have active needles, so let me see how I can do this without dropping anything. Last time we saw each other, I think I was up on the tip. So this is the bottom. Let's see. I think this is the bottom of the blanket, and then that's one of the halfway tips. Then we go to the other side. How can I ever show this? Yeah, then we go to the other side. So I put in this big, did I talk about this big block here? Probably. Then, yeah, then this long mustard stripe, and then finally last night I finished this green block here. I enjoy, how will I show this? That's too big. I enjoy the colors so far still. It's quite a mix of everything. I have a lot of mustard left, which I enjoy. I'm gonna do a couple of pops of mustard. I have some white yarn from the Salty Day sweater left that I'm also gonna put in here, and etc, etc. I also have some silly sock yarn from my silly socks left, which could be very fun, which is like a crazy pop of color. I will hold that double from each side, so it will just be crazy colors. So I think that's gonna be fun, because I have a couple of them, like the variegated yarns all over the place as well. So that's gonna be fun and fine, yeah, like that. And then I continue. Every time I finish a project, I'm trying to put that leftover yarn into this this blanket. That's fun and very satisfying for the stash down, for sure. To see the numbers going down, that's always good. All right, that's the jigsaw by Stephen West, of course. Sorry, I didn't mention that. Okay, good. Now, let's talk Riverside. I've talked about this project for a long time, it feels like, and I'm never getting anywhere. It also feels like, but right now I do have an update. When did I start Riverside? Started 26th of February. This is Riverside by Asita Krebs. This is a free pattern on Ravelry, which I have at this moment completely hacked. I don't know what's left of this pattern, to be fair. I'm using my advent calendar from last year by Wool Atelier, hold together with Drops Nord, white color. I didn't get gauge, so I completely botched the sizes, doing an XL. So my gauge was completely off of this pattern. I'm using 3.75 needles. And a pattern of 1x1 color work. Now, last time I talked to you guys, I told you something that I kept a secret. It was so difficult for me, I think, to accept the fact that the neck had way too much fabric. Like the back of the neck had way too much fabric. And when you start from top to bottom, it's not like you can just fix it. You have to unravel the whole shirt to fix it, and I was not about to do that. So I was thinking for a long time, and I knew that I had to do this surgery for a long time as well. But finally, I had come to a conclusion of how physically I could do it. And then I sat down and I did it. So first of all, I had to unravel, well, the neck rib. That was fine. And then I started picking up, I did a helpline. So if I use this shirt for help. So I put a helpline in about here, and I put a helpline around the neck where I wanted it to sort of end. And then because it's a saddle shoulder, I could very easily then kitchenaire stitch those two cuts. I cut here, like I had a helpline here and I had a helpline here, and then in the end I kitchenaire stitched it all together. And it actually looks pretty similar to the way it looked before. Right now, it looks like this. I don't know if you remember, but okay, so it's a little bit rolling still because I have a triangle tube on it now. But it was almost like a triangle, like a bulk like that. And now it sits very nicely on my curvature of my neck. I tried it on today. I forgot how it looked like, I think, and that's why I wasn't so excited to work on it. Every time I try this on, every time I knit it, I get like almost scared, like, is this gonna work? And then every time I try it on, I do feel confident that it's gonna work. It's gonna be fine. And today was really, really fun. So I'll show you as well. So what I did here in the end, I was kitchenaire stitch it in this. It's a little bit bulky. I think it's just because I haven't like really stretched out, and I also haven't blocked it. But I kitchenaire stitched it with a faux seam in the end. The original pattern has the saddle shoulder and a white seam going up, or what I made white. And I tried to mimic that in the end. So it's sort of like a faux saddle seam meet kitchenaire stitch meets, I don't know, Frankenstein. But I'm happy with it. And that's, I think, is the most important thing now to go forward, is that I know that the top will look good. The neck is a very easy thing to knit back. I have the shoulder, like the neck on triangle tube, and the rest is just to pick up stitches. I'm gonna stick to the orange neckline. I think that's really fun. And since last time, I think I finished one or two other colors. It's now looking like that. Still fun, still enjoyable. And I think I'm gonna work on the sleeves next. So the sleeves still look like this, and I'm now need to start decreasing. I increased, as you can see, the body to get, it was very tight going into the underarms, and then I started to increase faster than what the pattern said to do. But I really enjoyed the fit of it, and now it's going to be a little bit more loose and give a little bit more relaxed feeling in the end of the body. And I also will start decreasing the arms, and then ending up, let's see how far I can go, how many bluish color balls of yarn I do still have, and then end up with, I don't know what color I'm gonna end up with the rib still in the wrist, so just have to follow along and see, I guess. What a cliffhanger for the Riverside sweater. That's the whips that you have seen before, and the extra episode, I showed a couple of whips that I started and finished already, but these are my 4 whips that's been through stuff with me for a while. I'm really trying to finish them. Like this, you can't finish. The cocoon carding, the cardi cocoon is really the one that I really need to get done. The Riverside as well, it's been lacking a little bit of love lately. I don't want to put them in the naughty corner because I do want to get rid of them, and I'm too stubborn to just drop them. So they're gonna be finished. Anyway, I wanted to cast on something for so the sibling sweater that I showed in the last episode was for my daughter, 1.5-year-old daughter, and then I have a son that turns 3 in 2 weeks. So I wanted to cast on something for him, and of course as a birthday present as well. And I chose the Ingrid sweater by ToveLoveKnits, so the Ingrid Junior sweater. When I cast on, or was thinking of knitting the Salty Days sweater, in the community, it was sort of knitting community, it was sort of like two teams, one team Ingrid sweater and one team Salty Days sweater, it felt like. So you either knitted the Salty Days or you knitted the Ingrid sweater, because they were quite similar, which, you know, is what it is. So I chose the Salty Days sweater because I thought that would look better on me, and I really that was a good choice after now have knitted this. But I was thinking the Ingrid sweater looked fun for the kids. My plan is still to knit a white one for my daughter and a blue one now then for my son. So this is how far I've come on the blue one for my son. It's size 3 to 4 years, so I think that's good. He's becoming now 3 years, so to the fall it will still be good, and to the winter. You knit this double moss stitch. You start on the back, do a back panel with German short rows, which I thoroughly enjoyed. That kind of knitting experience, instead of just make one left, make one right. You do German short rows to get this back panel. It's a lot less counting and calculating, I think, in that sense. So that was fun. And then you knit this crisscross pattern, where it's not a full-on cable switch. It's a faux turn, like a faux twist. And that blew my mind completely. It's so smart. I can't talk about it because it'll... Oh, I guess you can go and look at the Petite Knit. They have videos on this faux cable twist knit. But really blew my mind. And it was so enjoyable to do this cable twist. And it's not making cables or just like twist a stitch without a cable needle, because of course that's first you do is a cable needle, then you do it without a cable needle. But this is like you don't pull the stitches off your needle and put them in. You do like a two, knit two together and then knit again. It's really fun. It's really enjoying, and it really looks like a fantastic cable pattern. It's really cool. 2x2 rib, another double moss area, and then 2x2 cables. And now I'm in the bottom rib hem with a smaller needle, and then I'm done with the body, and then the sleeves. A good pattern, a bit boring. I definitely recommend Salty Days sweater if you do it on a larger scale. This is just really enough to satisfy your sweater needs when it comes to kids sweater. It's right in between like a stockinette, real brainless, you take a break from your work project, and a nice cool sweater, cable sweater or whatever. This is just in between. It's quite straightforward. You don't have to really think about it. It's not really a chart involved, a little bit, but then it's like do this for 14 rows and so on. So it's enjoyable. It's fun. I will definitely do it again for my daughter, because it would be so cool if they would match. So I will definitely do that for her as well. Right. This yarn is Hobby. Yeah, it's Hobby's own brand of wool, Friends, 100% wool, in the color 88. I bought this blue color, thinking it was a little bit of a different shade of blue. I thought it was a little bit more blue-green. for myself and then realized I don't wanna, it's too blue for me. I don't do blue. For my son, it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be perfect. He's gonna be super, super cute in this. His birthday is in 2 weeks. Definitely finish it before then. Ingrid Junior Sweater Junior. Then I finished 3 socks in April / beginning of May. And that made me think that socks are great, but boy, is it boring in the end. You should calm down with socks. You should absolutely knit socks, but you should, you know, knit something else in between. I used my socks as walking and knitting project, and it really made me go out walking in the evenings or during the day, and that was really good. I was really happy about that. But now I don't want to knit socks anymore, but I still want to walk. I still want to, you know, beach body 2026, here I come situation, as I say every year. So I needed a easy project to bring with me while I was walking. I'm a person, if you know me, and I don't follow trends. I rather wait for a year or two and then do the trend than do the trend because everyone else is doing it. So when Sophie scarf came out by Petite Knit, everyone was doing Sophie scarves. Everyone and their grandmother was doing Sophie scarves. And even now, my mother is doing a Sophie hood, I think she's doing. And I was like, I'm not gonna make a Sophie scarf. No, thank you. Not into that. So I'm making a Sophie scarf, everyone. Of course. And here we go. I cast on and I did the start of it. So now I'm ready to go walking with it. So today I will take this with me to walk. I'm using a 100-gram ball of wool. Katja yarn, Merino Classic, so it's a superwash merino wool. In the color work, let's see. Oh, it's a blend actually. It's a 52 merino and 48%. Why would it say pure merino wool if it's 48% acrylic? That's really bad marketing. Anyway, it's in the colorwork 74. Whoops, storage on my phone was full. Anyway, as I was saying, this one is now ready to walk with. I use a trusty row counter for this. And yeah, I guess I will follow the trend as everyone else. That was it for my whips. I will keep it short this time. Hope you like this new format and let me know what you prefer, long or short or a mix of both. That's all good. All right, I hope to see you next week already, and I hope you have a lot of time for knitting until then. Have a great week. Bye.